What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Judith here from Puma, Plow, playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We are back on Judith Plains, Montana. Let's get to it. All right, we're back on Judith Plains, Montana, and well, we need to stop this guy because he's just sitting here. He's 48% full, but he's sitting on auto drive, so therefore he's costing us money. So we're gonna go ahead and shut him down. And that is what it was, because now the money is no longer going. I spent $5,000 in wage payments. Wow. I might have to turn off paying all the auto drive guys. It's just so much money. So much money. Anyway, we are off to Cloverland. Down there in fields 2 and 3. We have definitely fast timed the map since Saturday. I have fast timed the map. And actually, I did a round of clover and then did another round or started on the second round, which is what we're going to go clean up right now. So, yeah. Whoa, where are we going, buddy? Finger getting heavy on the keyboard already. Look out. Oh, boy. But, yeah, we're going down to the clover fields and get that all cleaned up. It's partially raked. Actually, it's mostly raked. We got to do the outside rounds, but I had a hired worker do the rest last night, so it turned out okay. I guess. I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't really pay attention to what he was doing. I might have hit the H button and was like doing the old swipe on the phone, you know. Thank goodness. My goodness, my goodness. Oh yeah, so we're gonna run down here, get this cleaned up, and then we're off to field 1. What is it? 1, 4, and 5, where we have corn. All the corn is planted down that way, so that should be fun today. We do have to get oh. Come on, no, come on. Oh, we can't even drive to the field without having an issue. We do have to get a corn head still. Now, I went looking for a corn head for the combine that we have. And when you go to the itch.io page that particular combine came from, it shows it with the in-game corn head on it. It kind of works. Yeah, I don't know. I have some concerns about that combine, actually, after looking at, well, I was looking at it in the shed last night. And yeah, I just have some concerns. Let's leave it at that. But for now, we're going to run it because that combine's cheap. Although I don't know if it still is. No, it's not. There was one of the cat combines. The claws, or yeah, the cat combine that I have on here, the modded combine. There was one of those on sale when I was fast timing for like multiple months. And I probably should have bought it. But I figured we would just run the deer for now. The beautiful part of the deer, it's kind of like the gleaner. It's a cheap combine. So that's what makes the gleaner or the deer nice. Like the gleaner was over on Alma. It's very cheap. Although the gleaner's actually like way cheaper, but y'all get the drift. All right, so I've actually got, and this works actually fairly well, the old 3020 diesel. Hit the H button on that, and it's working. I have it set to not rake the outside rounds because I don't want to get our alfalfa, or what's it called, clover, spread like all over the place. I'd rather keep it like, you know, in the field. So I'll do that raking myself. So that's kind of what I think. But for right now, I guess we can jump in the let's jump in the bale tractor. Actually, we should probably just finish raking. Yeah, we can go ahead and rake the ends and stuff. Although Buddy does an okay job. That tractor actually has a job. It handles this rake amazingly well. Now it does get a little awkward when turning sometimes, so When I was raking this the other day, I was actually running like skippers, and that worked quite well. So, you betcha. Scully, we're doing. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. I had to remember what day it was. It's Taco Tuesday, and I already had my tacos for today. I mean, I'll have more later, but Harry, what's going on? Welcome in as well. What's going on, y'all? All right. You just fire yourself? Oh, okay. Fired himself. All right, so yeah, if you turn a little sharp, it gets a little, doesn't like to work. Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with tacos on a Tuesday, right? Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Okay, so now we can put our GPS back on, and we can just come in here and, hello. And clean up these outside rounds now, because all the centers should be raked. I may have to put, I don't know, actually. We'll see. I may have to do a third outside. Now, see, for some reason, when you hire the mower and the rake, the GPS is, the more GPS and the rake GPS, they don't play well with each other. The mower likes to go kind of wider than the rake, if that makes sense. Like, it goes out of the field a little bit. So we'll have to run a lap around the field with the baler too, which is not a big deal. Not a big deal, unless we wanted to do this manually. The, like, no GPS, you know? Okay. I would like to watch Clarkson Farms with Paps, but I don't know if he's interested or not, Scoot, unfortunately. I got him to watch the one episode, but I don't, he hasn't mentioned it or anything. So I'm assuming that means he's like not about it. But either way, I can be around eventually tonight, sure. Sure thing. Eventually. Unless I just decide to disappear. That's a possibility too. It happens. I'll probably have stuff to do on the farm sub server, so I'll probably be here. Or at least be around my computer, you know. This tractor does look good out here working, though. I mean, come on. I'm just saying. I did see there was a cool case combine that came out today. Not combine. Tractor. Older school case, but I didn't have time to add it to the server. Plus, we don't really... Actually, we could use more tractors on here. We actually could use more, but I don't know if that's on, like, in the budget for today, you know? Really, the budget right now is buy field 6. So, yeah, BJ, welcome back. How's it going? Oh, it's popping. Yeah, I got you, Scoot. Like I said, I'd probably have to go look at stuff too, you know? It's been a couple years since I've messed with some of that. Actually, 2 outside rounds should be plenty. I'm surprised. I am surprised. Let's go. You're still farming while trying to work. I hope you have a job where you can do both. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you might. I don't know. It's pretty awesome, though. Pretty awesome. Okay, second outside round. Let's go. So yeah, the only downside of this whole rig right here is the turning. Because it puts the bar in the bottom 2 links here. It can only turn so hard. Oh, that has a trailer ball. That's interesting. The tractor. Interesting. All right. Well, let's go around the field again. Let's go. Hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess. Work from home, farming on a second monitor. I gotcha. I gotcha. Hey, man, but the company sees your mouse moving. That's all that matters, right? Farm Sim is Steam Deck compatible, yeah. Miss Walker, what's going on? How are you? I don't know how to get like mods on there and stuff, but I know Tom got it to work on his that time. It was back in 22, I want to say, Scoot, but yeah, he got it working. What's going on? Welcome in. Oh, we missed some. That's okay. Can't get the Montana map on PS5. No, the Montana map is a PC exclusive. Yeah. Hanging out, kids asleep. Let's go, Miss Walker. You would all tap too often. I like when Bear comes in here and he'll be like legit in TeamSpeak, in the Farm Sim server, and working. When he has those days that allow him to do that in his schedule where he doesn't have a lot going on, I'm so about it. I think it's great. Well, okay. I mean, his boss thinks he's working and he's getting paid, so like, whatever. I think it's great personally. It's quite funny to me. Hey, whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? Gotta play some Farm Sim, you know, it happens. It happens. Actually, I have news for Mr. B Bear. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but a little bit of news for Bear. That's gonna, make a mountain. I might regret this. We'll see. We will see. It's okay. Your green light's on the company messages. That's all that matters, right? Got a venue on Friday. Oh, you're dead at work this time of year. I got you. That's funny. It happens. It definitely happens. Well, yeah, that didn't turn out terrible. The field's all right. Let's go ahead and get this one raked up while we're here. Might as well. The thing about this rake is you have to not look at where the front of the rake is. You have to look at the back of the rake. Because this rake magically teleports everything from the front immediately to the back. There's no like having to wait for it to actually like get there. So you have to really pay attention to the back of the rake. Not so much the front. That's funny. And then over here, we'll just run the baler along this edge to clean that up. But I don't know why it does that either. It's okay. It's all good. If you're in other programs, the green light goes yellow. Uh-oh. That's probably, it's not supposed to be yellow, right? It's supposed to be green during your work hours, I assume. I don't use that. Yeah. I would assume it's supposed to be green. Green means you're there, right? See, that's when you have two PCs and a mouse jiggler. I have heard of those mouse jiggler things. Keep your mice moving so you don't get in trouble. Which I think is quite hilarious that somebody actually made a thing for that. Oh, that's not the, no, not the GPS line I thought I was on. Come on. Some places use it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that would make sense. I mean, the whole working from home thing, like, yeah, it has to hurt productivity, I would think, a little bit anyway. I mean, because I know that, at least for myself, there's a lot more things I could be doing in my day to, you know, make things better, put out more content, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of days I just don't feel like doing it, so I don't, you know? There's AI that looks for the mouse jigglers. Oh no. That's funny. There's the fastest way. Oh, to get canned. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Stuff is done, but could do so much more without distractions. Yeah. Yep. But it's okay. And there's a lot of distractions too. Everything from, you know, Mr. Perfect mowing his grass to Aunt having to tell me some story from 40 years ago, or a lot of distractions here at the house, but that's okay. It's fine. Well, fair play, Alberta. Yeah, fair play. All right. You've been remote for 5 years and your productivity has gone up. Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Who is... Oh, my brother-in-law was saying... brother-in-law was saying, like, he's doing, like, a hybrid thing where he has to work... I want to say it's 2 days a week in office. The rest of the time he's at home. I think my one brother works like that too now. The tractor's too big. Actually, horsepower wise, I have too much horsepower. Yeah, this is actually I mean, in real life, this tractor would probably pull this rake just fine. Actually, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is not a high horsepower job. This might be the one thing on the farm this tractor can actually do. So yeah. You get way more done working from home. Nice. I've always thought, like, there's, you know, with anything, pros and cons, right? Because, I mean, I couldn't, if I had to do, like, if I had a, quote, like, office job, I would not want to go to an office every day. Oh, hell no. You know? No. Unlimited. They give time. Oh, that's interesting, Harry. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know anybody. I mean, I've never been in an environment like that or known anybody that had unlimited. It's kind of interesting, though. Kind of interesting. It's the... I think we're going to let that go. Sometimes the kitchen is too close. That's true. Yeah. Fair play. Yeah, pretty much, Scoot. Yeah. Pretty much. Checked your mail like 4 times. This is a coon, or not. Is it coon? I don't know. It's in the mod hub. This was in like Farm Sim 22. This is not any like thing new. This windrower, by the way. Yeah, it's been out before. I think it was technically put out by Giants for 25. How they have like their section in the mud hub, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I could deal with other people too well. I really like dealing with people on the internet's fine, but like in real life, I don't like crowds. I don't like people. Leave me alone. Basically. You're making a point of taking 4-day weekends just to burn it up. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Yeah. Like my one brother, I know he, like if there's any kind of holiday, he'll take an extra day or two. Every single time. Just because he can. He's been at his job long enough and nobody cares. I mean, he works in St. Louis and his boss is in Chicago, so it doesn't really matter. But he really cares if he's there or not, honestly. But yeah. And at first I thought you meant power takeoff shaft, and I was like, wait a minute. That's not what you thought. Somebody works around the public. You hate it? Yeah. I can see it being. I know what Dad always went, Dad went through dealing with stupid people every day, and now first time comes home from work and complains to Dad about stupid people that he has to deal with every day. So I'm good. No, I know what you meant. Paid time off, but at first I was like, power takeoff, like we talking tractors? I mean, I'm here for either one. I'm here for either conversation, but yeah, kind of funny. Kind of funny. You get 4 weeks. Cash out 2 weeks. Nice. Very nice. That is awesome. That's probably true, Crash. Yeah. Yeah. How does that work? Do you pay your tractor? Is your tractor like a living thing? Like, how does this work exactly? I'm confused now. But yeah, some of the stories first time has when he comes home. And the funny part is, so forever and ever and ever, Dad worked for this couple. And we're just going to say the guy of the couple, we're just going to say his name was Fred. His name was not Fred. Okay. But literally, Dad would come home from work for many, many years. And Mom would just go, what dumb thing did Fred do today? Because Dad was coming home and he would always have to, kind of unload a little bit, unwind. And so now, Plugger, what's going on? Welcome in. So now, when first time comes home, it's always, all right, what dumb thing did they do today? It's not the same people, but, same outcome. And now Dad has to listen to first time complain for, hours. When Dad used to be the one that would come home and complain for hours. So sometimes I'll just be like, Pops, now you know what Mom felt like all those years. And he just rolls his eyes and doesn't say anything because he knows I'm right. It's kind of funny. But, the joys of working with the public and working for somebody, and yeah. First time gets to experience a lot of dumb people, so it happens. All right, so we are finally bailing. By the way, we are up to 788 bales on this baler now, and we could probably add like 200 or 300 to that off the baler that we had before we had to do the reset. So it's a lot of bales, and that's just why, you know, I was just messing there thinking the other day, like, yeah, never again. No, never. Not doing all the bales ever again. No. But yeah. A usage fee? Probably. Monetize everything, right? Might as well. Oh, there's a whole skipper along there too. And we gotta be conscious about getting all this, because, you know, server lag's a thing, and I don't like it. Just saying. Just throwing it out there, chat. Anyway. So good. Right. I think we're going to use the semi for the first time for harvest today, too, by the way. Unintelligent people. I mean, they might be smart in something other than what their job is, you know, entails. They could be very smart in, I don't even know. I don't know what you do, so, and you don't need to tell us, but they could be very smart in their own right, at their own thing that does not involve work. I don't know. I don't know the people. Never met them. But even, like, you know, the most redneck, dumb guy, like, he's brilliant at something. It might be at cooking something in a 2-liter bottle, but he's smart at something. Like, if you know, you know. You know? Yeah. At least they're nice people. Well, that's good. That's good. But, you know, even the dumbest person's smart at something. We all have our specialties, you know? Just saying. I mean, I don't consider myself to be a smart man, but I can take apart an Alice Chalmers Model B engine in my sleep if I wanted to. Or the transmission we take that apart. But there's some people that would look at a tractor and be like, I don't know where to start. You know? So, not everybody's smart at everything. Everybody's smart in their own way, right? Some people are smart, you know? Never mind. Can't say that. Probably Scoot. Speaking of not smart things, by the way, last night, Dad and I were watching this show. Dad kind of cornered me with this when I went in the house after stream. But I was locked in. It was on the History Channel. I don't remember what it was called. But basically, it was about, like, dangerous things from the past that were, like, designed for children. So one of the things was, like, lawn darts. Obviously, they were dangerous. One of the things was this amusement park kind of thing. I think it was in, like, New Jersey. And it was like a water park, right? Asbestos. No, designed for children. So there was this water park that had a slide that had a loop-de-loop in it. So you would go flying down this, I mean, it was steep, and then literally a loop-de-loop. And the story was like, nobody wanted to go down the ride, go down the tunnel, or go down the slide to be the first one. So finally, this guy convinced his son, who was like the owner of the thing, convinced his son to go down this slide. And he said, okay, I'll go down it, but I'm going to wear full hockey gear. So he wore, like, all his pads and his helmet. Now, I don't know how much pads there were and stuff back in the day, because this was, I believe this was like 70s. early 80s, maybe somewhere in there. CBM, what's going on? But like, it actually opened and it stayed open, I think, for a year, but like people would get stuck in the thing. They wouldn't make the loop. So they had to like, the only way to get people out was to like lower a rope down and pull them back up. So then they finally installed like a escape hatch. So they're like, this thing was so dangerous, it had to have an escape hatch. And then the worst part, and this might be a trigger warning, but people will come out and they'll be like, why am I cut up? Why am I bleeding? So apparently they opened the escape hatch and they started looking. People were losing their teeth inside of this water slide. Okay, because they were like hitting the thing so hard, they were losing their teeth. And they were embedded in the slide. So then when the next person would come down, obviously there would be an issue, right? So it only lasted like one summer or 1 year, and they had to like shut it down, you know, because people were getting hurt left and right. And apparently this park, just in general, it was like a thing. If you went, you were probably leaving with like stitches and maybe a cast. But it was like a rite of passage for like the kids at that time in that area and stuff. And it's like, what the heck, man? And just all kinds of like super dangerous stuff. It was great, like watching this show about it. So there's some great. Actually, one of them who was totally there was Q from Impractical Jokers. He remembers going to this thing when he was a kid. So they like had him on the show and like interviewing him and stuff about it. It was kind of crazy. But yeah. They shut down the water park eventually, but not because of the loop-de-loop. Yeah, the loop-de-loop closed after a year. But eventually, yeah, the water park did close down, like later on. It was wild. Yeah, these bales are for silage, yep. And then there was another one where it was like the guy who invented the erector set. He was all about like these at-home things for kids, right? You know, science. And so one of them, he had a science kit. Well, back then, scientists had to make their own like beakers and everything before they could do science. So this guy literally made an at-home glass blowing kit. Okay. At-home glass blowing. It came with a torch so you could melt the glass in your bedroom, you know. It literally came with a torch to melt the glass. So you could make like, you know, a beaker. It's like, what? This is great. Yeah, it was on last night. Apparently it's on every it's going to be on Monday again, or a new episode Mondays or something on History Channel. I forget what it's called, but it was absolutely hilarious. Dad and I sat there and just giggled for an hour. There was a roller coaster. It was the first roller coaster to go upside down, maybe in the United States, maybe in the world. I'm not sure, but we're talking like way long time ago. It was at Coney Island. The roller coaster did not have any seat belts. So the only thing holding you in the seat was the centrifugal force from the loop-de-loop, right? Going through the loop-de-loop, it was a perfect circle. And you would experience up to 12 G's going through this loop-de-loop. Most people would pass out. People would throw up. They said, like, if people went on it once, they would never go on it again. Like, it was awful. 12 G's is a lot, by the way. You only get like 3 going, you know, into like a launch to space is only like 3 G's. And people were hitting 12 on this coaster. And it opened the same year as the first auto race in the United States or something. And the average speed of the auto race was like 4 miles an hour or something, they said. And the coaster got up to 45 miles an hour, which back then that was screaming fast. It was wild. The show was worth a watch. It was hosted by the Fonz, Henry Winkler. Definitely worth watch. It was so funny. So I guess that's going to be a Monday night tradition for a while. I don't know how many episodes there's going to be, but it was awesome. It was great. But yeah, lawn darts was one of them. Lawn darts actually there were a couple people that got killed. Lawn darts took like 30 years to finally disappear off the market, which is crazy. Shit, though, yeah. But to not even have seatbelts, which I guess, you know, back then seatbelts just in general weren't a thing. So yeah, it was kind of funny. Kind of funny. And then there was another one. So you had like your easy bake oven, right? For girls. And so this company came out with basically the easy bake oven, but for boys. And it was, you would make like your own, you had like these plastic, like a liquid plastic or this plastic you would squeeze into like an aluminum mold, and it would melt it, and it would make like a bug or something like that. Oh, they were way faster than vehicles. Yeah, back then. Sure. Yeah. That thing would get up to like hundreds of degrees. But Amazon has lawn darts. Probably not the ones with like the big spike on them anymore. But they were saying how dangerous that thing was because like it got so hot and there was nothing to like protect you from the heat. And they were like, yeah, heat this thing up to 400 degrees and set it on the carpet in the bedroom. Like, it was great. Absolutely great. But you know, kids were built different back then, you know? Just saying, probably the toxic fumes from the melting plastic. They were probably good for you, you know? Or wait. maybe not so good for you. Sure is funny though. That's true, Plugger. That's true. Trust any kid with a plastic goo. Yeah. Yeah, it was a great show. It was a hilarious hour of TV. I'll put it that way. Yeah. I forget. There was one, the magic bubble or whatever, where you like had the plastic in like a toothpaste tube and you'd put it like, squeeze them out onto like this little straw and then you could blow like a bubble. Although that stuff I remember it came back in like the 90s or the early 2000s too. It was probably like a different chemical makeup. It was probably a little safer for you, but yeah, the OG stuff was like really dangerous for you. New lawn darts with like half a kettlebell. Oh, interesting. So maybe when they hit you on your head, they're not so aggressive. And like, yeah. Had the 90s version. Nice. Yeah, I remember the 90s. I remember blowing those bubbles that would like stick around. That stuff smelled awful. But apparently like the old one was like all just super dangerous for you. So yeah, I can't wait to see what they highlight next week. So it was great. It was great. It was actually so funny. Dad started watching it. He only made it 7 minutes into the show before he stopped it. And he said, no, that I had to watch it. He was going to make me watch it. I was like, that's great, Pops. Like getting hit with a rock instead of a dart. Yeah. Oh, they were talking like how much force those things actually put out, and like they were saying some crazy numbers. I don't remember all the specific numbers offhand, but it was It was kind of wild, honestly, those lawn darts. I don't remember them. We never had them that I can, apparently the older kids had them, but like by the time I was around, apparently they'd gone away. So I don't remember them, but yeah. I definitely remember playing with darts. Oh man, I think we had a dartboard in, for some reason we had a dartboard in the one bedroom in the house for a while. And I think when we painted that room, we had to fix a lot of holes. And then I remember somewhere along the line, somebody gave us a dartboard, but it was like for plastic tip darts. So you could throw those things at the wall and it didn't hurt anything. So I remember him being at a family reunion in the 90s. Nice. Very nice. Pretty awesome. But, you know, people wonder today why we have so many like warning labels. It's because they built really dangerous stuff back in the day. And we had to learn the hard way, you know, somebody had to learn, you know, not to catch a lawn dart with your forehead, you know, somebody had to learn that. I think they said lawn darts killed 2 people before they got pulled off the market or something like that. So yeah, it was a wild show though. It was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But yeah. Things were dangerous back then. Although they had the what was the thing called at a playground that would spin? They highlighted that as being dangerous too. I can't remember what that thing was called though. We had one at our local playground. I remember that sucker. Merry-go-round? Maybe, but it was the, like the really fast one. Yeah, where you could, where people would go flying off of it. Although I don't remember going flying. I don't remember that. I just remember, like, yeah, I remember having one. I just didn't, I don't remember going flying off of it. But that's okay. It's all good. Yeah. One Bad Badger, what's up? Interesting. But yeah. I remember ours, they showed some that were like really sketchy looking. But ours wasn't that sketchy looking. No, it wasn't a tire swing. I think the merry-go-round is the proper name for it, yeah. You had one at school and there was a teacher full-time at recess. See, ours had like the bars that would like come up, go over and go back down around the outside. So you could just like stand inside of that and be fine. Now, some of the early ones, apparently they didn't really have those bars. They said something about like they went through several like safety upgrades over the years before they finally just got rid of them. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Merry-go-round. Okay. Hang on and fly. Yeah. Yeah, I never did that. Never did that. Yeah. 10-foot round with, yeah. And it was just like this, it was so simple, but it was so much fun. There's a great clip out there on the internet somewhere, I'm sure, of the guys from that MTV show that is named after a donkey. You know what I'm talking about? They hooked a truck with like a chain up to one, and I think it was Bam Margera was sitting on it. And yeah, it was great. Pulled it with a truck, really got it going. Jumping from a swing at the high point. You know, I remember jumping off swings when I was a kid. I wouldn't even think about doing anything like that today. First off, I wouldn't even be on a swing, but no, you did all kinds of dumb stuff like that when you were younger. I can remember being so annoyed. We have a little playground in our neighborhood. And, when they changed it from, it used to be like pea gravel, I think. Maybe it was just grass. So it was always dirt. They changed it to wood chips though. And when you jump off the swing and you'd land like, you know, on your hands and knees or whatever, if you would tumble, you would get up and there'd be like mulch sticking out of your kneecaps. It's like, no, this sucks. Always somebody coming to class. That's awesome, Plugger. Yeah. Back in the day, people got hurt a lot more. Definitely. That's pretty awesome. Oh, man. And then you got me over here who, as a child, never broken a bone. Never. Never once. I shouldn't say that, should I? I knocked on wood. We're fine. I've actually never even had stitches. Knocked on wood again, just for the record. Yeah. Never, never, never. My one brother had to get stitches when he was a kid because he decided somehow, I think he was pulling a nail out of like a 2x4 or something with a claw hammer. And, well, somehow that claw part of that claw hammer ended up in his forehead. So I could just remember we weren't home when it happened. Mom and I, and I think another brother and I don't remember who exactly, but we were out and we come home and Buddy's just standing in the bathroom over the sink with like a waterfall, of red Kool-Aid, coming from his forehead. And, yeah, he got to go to the hospital right away. Tomcat, what's going on? How are you? Welcome in. So, yeah. It's kind of crazy. Only stitches you got from surgeries. Gotcha. Gotcha. That was actually, fun fact, the same day I fell out of our treehouse. It was a rough day here at the Puma house. I wasn't hurt when I fell out of the treehouse too much. I mean, I was sore, but I didn't have to like seek medical attention, you know? So yeah, I was very sore for a while. It felt really, really dumb too. We're falling out of the treehouse, but that's okay. It happens. Definitely happens. Oh man. It's a different time, that's for sure, you know. It was definitely a different time back in the 90s. Things were simple back then. You know, kids played outside. We all had like either a tree house or a fort in our backyard, and yeah, most of us did anyway in our neighborhood. I think they're all gone now, all the tree houses. Actually, I kind of wonder if that one down the street's still there. It was massive. That thing was like a 2-story, like that thing was legit. And I don't even think it was attached to a tree. I think it was built around the tree. But I don't think it was actually attached. That thing was massive. It was like that dad that built that, he was, well, he was the man. It was probably like a guilt situation with why he built it, because he like, it was like for his son from a previous like marriage is what it was for. Who the son was like never actually at that house, but when he was there, he had this Mac Daddy treehouse. That thing was awesome. I wonder if it's still standing. Probably not. That was a lot of years ago. Shoot, it's like 30 years ago now, probably more. That thing even had like safety rails and everything. Like it was legit. Nowadays, you'd have to pull a permit to build that thing. So, yeah. You didn't have trees for tree houses, but you made forts. Nice. I always liked, we used to do, on like really hot days when we didn't want to go outside, we would take over the living room, and we always called them air tents. We would take like all the blankets from the house, and we would actually like use clothespins and like clothespin all these blankets together to make like one giant blanket. And then we would like weigh down the edges, like with the couch or whatever we could, weight down all the edges of this thing, and then put a box fan or two and just crank them up. It was great. There was a housing boom. Nice. Nice. Made a lot of forts in the living room, yeah. But we would make these air tents, and then we would like lay in them and watch a movie on the TV or something. We would always have the end by the TV open so we could watch a movie. Was that Trent? I don't know what you're referencing in your DM. Trent's listening, but he can't say that. Strange. Okay. But yeah, we made a lot of air. We called them air tents. Yeah, it was great. And then see, my air conditioning didn't work real well in the house, but it would kind of work a little bit. And so like we would always incorporate a fan right by the air vent so we could pull the cold air from the air vent right into our tent. You betcha. I can even remember bringing out like our mattresses from our bedrooms, throwing those down in the living room, then making the air tent like over it. So yeah, that was fun. Those were the days, chat. All right, Trent. Okay. Good Lord. Trent, go back to farming. In 20 years, you'll be telling your grandkids about how you used to play video games while working, yeah. And they'll be like, what's the job? The computers just do everything now. We don't have to actually work. That's what Rosie the robot's for, right? It'll be like the Jetsons in 20 years. We already got flying cars. I mean, come on. Oh, man. Those were the days. I miss those days, honestly. All right, we are done bailing. Back to the homestead. Let's go. Oh, man. Minnesota. You bad survive. Oh, I'm from Missouri. Sometimes I throw in a little you betcha. Or like an, oop, let me squeeze right past you. No, I'm from Missouri. I'm from St. Louis. Just outside of St. Louis. I've lived in this town my entire life. Actually, fun fact, I've lived in this house my entire life. I've spent time other places, but I've never lived anywhere else. So I don't know what that says about me, but yeah, it's been here my whole life. I've done some traveling, not like, I've never left the country. Don't really have any desire to do that. I mean, there is some things around the world that'd be cool to go see, but in general, I'm good. I don't know that I would like an airplane. I've never flown besides in flight sim. That I have done. But like IRL flying, I don't know about that. I think I would have to like either have some liquid encouragement or some Benadryl to fly, honestly. But yeah. You just bought a guitar. You covered the area for work. Nice. Very nice. That's pretty cool. You're from New Orleans. I gotcha. James, what's going on? My brother's girlfriend is from New Orleans, actually. Yeah. So it's really fun when the Saints lose. I can always pick on her about that. But anyway, it's a good time. Oh, man, you fly like every other week. Dang. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. All right, we're going to run these home, and then we got to fertilize those 2 fields real quick, and then we're on to corn. Your Farm Sim 25 kicked you out while still running? That's awkward. How's that work? That's kind of weird. Kind of strange. You're from Texas. Nice. I got a brother who lives in San Antonio. Somewhere around San Antonio, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, somewhere. I don't know. Never been there. Don't know. In fairness, he's only been there a couple years, but no, I've never been. That's. Although he's lived like everywhere, so yeah. Knoxville. Dang, that's a lot of traveling, huh? Hope you really like what you do. So to go through that much traveling. I'm just saying. That's awesome. All right, Baylor, you're kind of, well, an extra set of brakes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Shrek. Oh, you know what, chat? Trent posted in the mod channel in Discord a really nice looking. I'm assuming it works. Hopefully it works. I haven't tried it yet. That might get added to the server tonight. A really nice flatbed for semi-truck. Because I don't like the way that this trailer makes this truck handle. So I'd love to get some kind of trailer for the semi-truck. Would be an ideal situation. So I might have to look at that tonight. Actually, I probably will. I saw that this morning. It looked nice anyway. So we'll have to check that out later. At some point, yeah. It's either that or we buy one of the in-game step decks. Buddy. The job itself. Well, that's good, BJ. Well, that's good, man. That's good. I think that's all your oil pallets. Nice. Works great in 22. Okay, I'll have to check it out, Jeff. The only concern that I have is making that turnaround at the homestead. Although, if I have to, I can just back in with bales. Like, pull up behind the house, kind of, and then back in. I could do that, too. So, yeah. I'm not super worried about it. It would just be a lot nicer than this trailer, I think. Because it shouldn't bully that semi-truck as much as this thing bullies this truck. It's fine when this truck's empty. Like, when the trailer's empty, this is totally fine. But when you put it full of bales, it's not good. I don't like it, so. That's okay. It happens, right? Control Shift R, turn it on, let's go. get this other field done so I can fire up that Fiat. Make sure I get this field clean. Actually, I already do. Okay. Just got a couple little skippers, but I'm not worried about those. Not at all. Alright, come on, buddy. Let's go. Gotta love the double beacons. So good. Alright, have fun. Have fun. Alright, let's clean up bales. We will have to make another trip. Usually it's just a hair over two full trailer loads off here, which turns into about $50,000. So, like, straight up cash after you make it into silage. So that's not bad as far as I'm concerned. That is not bad at all. In fact, that's kind of how we've been making money on this map right now. Oh, you know what? I might have messed up. Or no, we hauled stuff to the train the other day. That's right. I did mess up. There's soybeans to sell, isn't there? Or something? What is there to sell? Yeah, I messed up. I messed up. I was supposed to stop and sell the soybeans, and I just fast-timed right through it. Oh well, that's future money. It's okay. It doesn't really matter. But I was supposed to sell those. Oh well. Alright, need 2 more. Then we just need to stop and let it strap down. And we're on our way with 214,000 liters. Oh, batcha. I'm excited for corn harvest. That's all I know. Can't wait to see how that combine's going to handle that corn head. Could be good, could be bad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the futures are looking real good on the soybean market. Yeah. Oops, 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 oops. Don't do it. Oh. All right, that's number 2 for the day. For the record. One's with each truck. Huh. How convenient. It's kind of like Roadcraft, where I just roll everything I touch. It was really bad in Roadcraft last night. That's okay. It happens. Yeah, so the trailer that I'm running is not technically auto load. There's a mod for 25 on PC that's called Universal Auto Load, and basically it makes any trailer have auto load in the game. So that's what I'm using. It's not a console mod, unfortunately, for you guys who are on console. There's an auto load, but I think that's only for pallets for console. I don't know if there's an auto load trailer or an auto load like for bales on console. I don't know about that. So that's kind of a thing. You know, console farm sim is fine. But if you really want the crazy mods, you gotta be on PC. That's kind of an unfortunate thing about it, you know, for you console guys. Because like course play's never gonna be on console. Auto drive's never gonna be on a console. Like the custom script mods will never be on console. So yeah, several for bales, but only one for pallets with low reviews. Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, I forgot about that. We're gonna have to bale those corn stalks, aren't we? I totally forgot about that part of it. Whoopsie. We're gonna need more tractors than we have. I can see it now, chat. I can see it now. All right, go grab the rest of them bales real quick. Let's go. Got you thinking hard about building a PC? Nice. Yeah, if you want the good mods, PC is where it's at. 4x maps, 16x maps, you know. Yeah. Seems like big leap from console. I mean, a little bit. A little bit. I don't know. PC gaming's great. I'm a huge fan. The only problem with PC gaming, and I feel like a lot of us probably can agree, just because you get a good PC, you know, and let's say 6 months or a year later, you buy a game for a PC, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to run the best on that same PC, right? You know, as opposed to if you buy a game for your Xbox, it's going to run on your Xbox because it's designed to run on your Xbox. So PC gaming from that standpoint kind of sucks, but it's also like way better in general. So yeah. Would your purchase content transfer? No, you'd have to buy the game you're buying. No, you'd have to rebuy everything. PC mods seem overwhelming. Nothing says you have to use them all. You know? Jeff, you regret not doing it sooner? Wow. Yeah, you were a hardcore console guy, weren't you? I remember those days. And now Jeff's on PC and he edits XMLs of mods. And he does all that kind of stuff now, which is great. It's awesome. But yeah. Drivers aren't terrible. For the most part. Sometimes they can cause problems. Okay. Yeah, you'd have to rebuy it because you don't own it on PC. You own it on Xbox or PlayStation Store or whatever. Yeah, you don't own it on like Steam or From Giants. So yeah. All right, CBF, enjoy your work. I mean, your lurk and your work. Yeah, the other problem, with PC gaming is it can be a little spendy, depending on how crazy you want to go and how future-proof you want to go, and there's a lot of variables to the PC gaming world. Yeah. Yeah, no, you'd have to completely start over. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. What's poppin'? You know, the thing with the PC world is like you can spend $20 on a keyboard, or you could spend like $500 on a keyboard. Do you need the $500 keyboard? Absolutely not. Do you want maybe a better one than the $20 keyboard? Probably. So, I mean, there's so many variables to PC gaming. Yeah. So many variables. Oh, man. You know, you buy an Xbox, you buy what? A controller? And you're good to go. You know what I mean? So. turning it on, getting straight to the game, yeah. $300 steering wheel. You could probably spend $3,000 on a steering wheel if you wanted to. Yeah, there's a lot of variables when it comes to PC gaming. A lot of variables, honestly. Oh, yeah. All right. All right, that is all of those bales for now. Sweet. $800. Yeah, I was gonna say you'd probably on just like a tower, let's say. You should probably expect to spend around 1,000, if not more. Again, depending on how crazy you want to go. So, but you know, you got to think monitor or monitors. You know, there's other things. So, all right. So we want to put our two biggest tractors. You tend to overbuy. Well, if you want to overbuy, BJ, you could probably spend like $5,000 on a tower if you really wanted to overbuy. But yeah. Yeah, PC gaming is expensive right now, yeah. Yeah, if you want to go crazy, spend crazy money. But at the end of the day, you don't have to go crazy to get into PC gaming either. So yeah. You got a solid monitor set up, nice. Yeah, if you want to like build one, PC part picker's where it's at. Definitely, if you want to like build your own PC, like part it out and build it yourself, yeah. Oh, that's not red at all. Parking, there we go. Okay, bye. You got it working on your TV. Nice. Very nice. You can upgrade PCs a lot of time, sure. $4060. Nice, Philip. What kind of processor does that have? Just curious. Just out of curiosity. Alright, that one's good to go. We're gonna end up being a tractor short. So actually, I was thinking, we have the semi-truck. Yeah, y'all think we need to run these tippers and the semi, or just the semi-truck for corn harvest? I think we might be able to get by with just the semi-truck. Although that's a long time for it to go and empty and come all the way back to the field, I guess. But I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to try just like this. But yeah. Come on, truck. You can do it. Alright, we'll just dump this back in the bin here. Back in the silo. The hypocrite silo, that is. Oh, man. Yeah, it doesn't get old, by the way. Alright, so this guy's going to go to field 1. And then he's going to haul to... Actually, I need him to haul to the grain dryer. I don't think he'll dump it in the dryer. I think he'll dump it in the silo. which is fine. We can maneuver it later. So not a big deal. All right. Nice. All right, so we got our 9610. And so here's one of the concerns that tire's in the ground. It's a little squishy and it's supposed to, but they like randomly jump up and down a little bit. Got some concerns here, but it's fine. It's fine for now. All right, so we need to take this thing to the shop, and we need to get a corn head for it. As it stands right now, we do not have a corn head. So there's that. All right, so we're looking at the in-game. We're looking at this guy right here, and we'll go ahead and make it John Deere green so it looks right. $108,000. So that's fun, right? That's fun. The Ryzen 7 core processor. Interesting. I got you. Very nice. Yeah, I tell you what, man. I was Mr. Intel for so long, and then my eyes were open to this Ryzen. The AMD processors. Oh man, at least for the gaming computer. I'll probably, I mean, God forbid I change my mind in the future, but as of right now, I'm very happy with my 7800 X3D or whatever it is, right? Very happy with it. So yeah, I'm currently running at 20%, you know? Very happy with it. Well, yeah. For the stream PC, I don't know. I mean, right now it's an Intel. I don't know which one it is, but it's an Intel. And it does all right. Actually, it does just fine. Does just fine. So, yeah. You betcha. I don't know what that is. Let me Google it. Oh, that's fancy looking. That's fancy looking. Okay. Let's see, Newegg's got one with that. What does this have in it? A 5070 and a 7800 X3D running at 2.4 gigawatts for $2,000. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Looks pretty cool, actually. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, true, Yum Rider, although I would encourage maybe, you know, do you spend, let's just throw some numbers out there, and these are not exact numbers for, you know, a video card, but do you spend $500 on something, or do you spend $7 so that you spend $7 up front so you don't have to spend $7 later, like 500 plus $7 later, you know what I mean? I mean, I know budgets are a thing, but I always try to go, what's the best bang for the buck we can get here? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't think anybody regrets like, oh, my graphics card is too powerful. I should have gone with the cheaper one. But yes, in general, if you're gonna game in 1080, then you can get by with less of a computer. Absolutely. Once you even go to 2K, like it's difficult. So yeah. Always add one. Yeah. Yeah, you could. Definitely could. Oh man. Yep, yep. Come on. 7 is more RAM. Exactly. Yeah. But again, I don't think anybody's gonna be like, well, my video card's too fast. You have a 60. Wait, hang on. How do you know you have a 63-second delay? How do you know this? Is it from when you hit send on your message to when you see it in the chat, like in the on screen up there? Is that how you know? Otherwise, how do you know? It's skipping. Uh-oh. It's because he doesn't have enough RAM on his video card. That's a joke, by the way. It is purely a joke. Okay, so this corn head is like... a little heavy on this company. Like, way heavy on this company. This may not work, y'all. Might have to borrow a combine. I'm kidding. We might have to buy the cat combine. So I want to say the cat. Yep, that's got a. That doesn't come with a corn head either, so we'd be using the same corn head. Okay. Okay. Never mind. We should be okay once we get to the field. Change out his RAM fluid. True. Oh, man. Better TTV tells you what your latency is and how many drop frame. Really? That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I've used Better TTV before. I didn't know it told you that. This is way too heavy on this combine. We might be buying a combine today, boys. We might have to. Yeah, I know about the hidden message part. I do know about that part. Interesting. Dude, the front tires are about to end up inside the cab with me. This is not going to work well. How much is that combine? 220. As it sits. We're gonna get to the field and we're gonna see what happens, but if we have to buy a combine, we have to buy a combine, you know? That's okay. What? We'll be okay either way. Restarts internet. Wow. Wow. It does not look good. It's like so bad. When I go down a hill, I'm going to be doing like a stoppy, you know. Yeah, this is not. I should probably just turn around, huh? I should probably just go get the other combine, shouldn't I? Although this one's fine with the pickup head. Might be able to go to 2 combines. Oh my god. Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong here, chat. It's great. used to use the front. Philip, I'm driving a combine. What are you talking about? Front attachment with a weight on the rear hitch. I don't have a weight for a combine. Not that I'm aware of. Interesting. It's me, huh? All right. Well, I'm not lagging. According to Twitch, my bitrate is red. But over here in OBS, it's locked in. So I don't know. Twitch usually yells at me, so. I'm back. It's in 15 seconds. Really? That's kind of weird. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I'm pushing out too high of a high quality of a stream, and your Twitch can't handle it. I don't know. It's the same stream I always push out. I didn't change any settings. Around 6,000, but actually I think I do yeah, it's around 6,000 bit rate. 6,500 right now, 6,200, 6,000. Kind of varies a little. Locked in at 60 frames, and well, that's pretty much the only two things I can see. I have dropped 0 frames today. It's using 2.4% of my CPU. OBS's 4%. It kind of bounces a little bit too. Yeah, it's all the same. I've changed nothing. It's kind of weird. They're doing the 4K. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually been running for a while. That 4K thing has been running for a while. I did see a thing where I could try to get in that, but I don't have the right video card even to do that. So yeah, I don't have it. There's also been a lot of weird internet stuff going on. Like a bunch of Google stuff went down the other day. So yeah. He gets mad when you have to text somebody. That's great, Miss Walker. They may have expanded it to more streamers, yeah. They might have. I'm not totally sure. Because it was like a closed thing. That Harris Heller guy, he was messing with it for a while. And it was working good for him. It was working real good for him. What the heck's going on here? Why is that guy parked there? Why are these guys parked like that? It's not where they're supposed to be at all. Not where they're supposed to be at all. I don't know. Baylor with the combine. Okay, Philip, I got you.